Beautiful people, welcome back to our YouTube channel and thank you so much for joining the channel today. Today's video, we are not going to waste a lot of time. I want to talk about a country in Europe where you can immigrate as an international student. Then after your program is over, you would get 3 years postgraduate work permit. This is not clickbait, this is fact you are going to meet. Now, the country is also in Europe and I will be explaining a lot of things to you based on general requirements. I'll also talk about tuition fee, visa process. I will equally talk about proof of funds. Then I will touch visa application. I already mentioned that. Then we are going to discuss how the jobs are, and I will equally talk about some universities in this particular country you should consider, because it's not just one university, though I'm going to be focusing more on one because of the advantages it offers. If you are new to the channel, my name is Milton. Welcome back to our platform. Please do not forget to click the subscribe button and make sure you share this video with one individual. Somebody somewhere may be looking for content like this. Now, please remember that you do not need a tuition fee to study in this particular country and in this university I am talking about. All you need to do is you need to pay a semester contribution. There is something called semester contribution. This school do not charge. This school in this country do not charge for tuition fee. The country is Iceland and it's a very cold country, but of course, cold shouldn't be a barrier to you. Now, Iceland does not charge for tuition fee in this particular university. The other universities may ask for tuition higher than what I'm going to talk about here. Now, first of all, if you want to study in Iceland, what do you need? You need to research. You need to watch YouTube videos. You need to, of course, do Google research. Like go to Google, type the name of universities you need, or just say universities in Iceland. Then you take a look at the universities. You look at the one that offers the program you want to study. Then you check its requirements, tuition fee and everything. Then you commence. But now, relax, I have done the work for you. So now it's time for me to dish out the information. Remember, I have said that if you want to study in this university, then you have to watch this video till the end. Now, let's start with the names of universities in Iceland. There are a lot of universities in Iceland, but I'm going to focus more on the University of Iceland itself. Meanwhile, you could also take a look at the University of Reyjavick. You could equally look at Bifrost University. You could also look at the University of Akureyri. You could also look at Holar University College. And please remember, these schools do not charge the same amount for every international. They do not charge the same amount per year. Now, the University of Iceland does not charge a tuition fee. They only ask for an annual registration, which is equivalent to 75,000 Icelandic krona, which is something closer to like $600. I think so. Now, this is what you need to know about the University of Iceland. But do they offer every program? No. Not every school offers programs in English for bachelors, and some universities offer both programs for bachelors in both English and, of course, Icelandic. But if you want to study bachelor's programs in Icelandic, you have to study their language. But I will encourage you to take a look at some schools that offer programs in English at bachelor's level, but the University of Iceland offer mostly masters in English language. Now, let's take a look at some programs that if you are eyeing the University of Iceland because you want to benefit from the cheap nature of the administrative fee, then you should consider. They offer programs. There is a program called anthropology. There is also another one called applied biotechnology, applied statistics, aquatic biology. They also have Artic studies. They equally have biology. There is biochemistry. There is civil engineering. There is chemistry. There is criminology. There is computer sciences. And these are just a few. Please remember, you have to check the program website very well to confirm the language of instruction. This is very important, and for you to note this. Now, let's take a look at the requirements you need to submit to this university in case you want to apply for a program, right? Let's assume that you are applying for masters. Now, because if you want to apply for bachelors, you may not be able to pull through. Let's just say you are applying for masters. You need ielts. Even if you are applying for bachelors, you still need ielts. This is something a lot of people do not know, but I'm here to explain to you that IELTS is very important and you cannot escape from this. Nigerians, if you want to apply for bachelor's programs, I will advise you to use your ND and OND if you have HND, you may not be able to pull through. This is fact. So guys, take a look at that. HND cannot apply for masters. HND can only go for bachelors. Now, equally remember, those of you from Cameroon that will be using O levels and A level results to apply to Iceland, and of course those from Nigeria that will be using their WAEC to apply to Iceland, please make sure you attach your transcripts. It's very important. All right, but if you do not get your transcript, it will be good for you to tell your WAEC officials or the GCE board to send your academic results confirmation to the University of Iceland. It's important for your school to confirm that you actually graduated to make your admission process faster. Now, if you are going for masters, you also need your transcripts and your certificates or diploma. This will fasten the forms. Like I said, get confirmation of your results from your school. Those from Cameroon, get your confirmation from GCE board for your O levels and A levels, and from your university, let your school confirm that you actually graduated, you actually did this, so that your admission will be faster. Iceland does not joke because they are very keen, since everybody wants to apply because of the cheap nature of the administrative fee. Remember, there is no age limit, and of course you need ielts. Another document you need is a copy of your CV. Very important. Curriculum vitae, that's what I mean. Then there is something called statement of purpose. You need to write the statement of purpose to explain why you are applying to Iceland. Then I think these are the requirements you need. With your international passport, you are good to go. Remember, they might charge you an application fee of 50 euros or more, and you would also need to pay. Please verify that. And admissions is open and will be closing around February 1st. So please make sure you apply as early as possible. We've talked about programs, we talked about requirements. Now, let's take a look at the jobs after talking about universities. Can I work in Iceland as an international student? Of course. You can work in Iceland as an international student, but the issue now is you need to learn how to communicate with Iceland people. Of course, though the language is Icelandic, but it doesn't mean that you cannot study in English or maybe work in English. But to get better offers and opportunities, try to learn Icelandic. And if you learn Icelandic, you should also understand that if you finish a program to get a job, it will not be difficult for you. But try to learn the language when you are studying or in school, so that it will be easy for you to get a job and integrate with the people. Now, if you are studying in Iceland, remember that after the studies, you get 3 years postgraduate work permit. During your school period as an international student in Iceland, you are going to work 22.5 hours a week. This is what is legal, you understand. But of course, you know how we do these things, right? But don't be so too much. Don't be into it, so that you do not get a sanction, because in Europe there is no excuse. Ignorance before the law is no excuse, so you have to be careful. Now, during holidays, if you are working 22.5 hours a week during school hours, it means during holidays you need to get double of that time. You are going to work 60 hours, all right? Not like full time, no, there is a limit. But of course, you can be working maybe more than that if your pay is not going to go through the system. You understand what I mean? Then with this, I think with the documents, if your documents are real and legit, before you know, you will get admissions, right? Make sure if you're applying for masters, it should be in something related to your past academics. And of course, when you finish applying, they will take time to process the document, and before you know, your admission letter would be available. Please remember that proof of funds is very important, and it should be 11,000 euros or more, because you need to satisfy that you have the remaining balance of your tuition fee. This is in the case of the University of Iceland. Now, in the case when you are going through another university that may charge you maybe like 5,000 euros, you need more money, right? The more your proof of funds, the more money you need, because Europe is not as easy as you think this time. Before you get a job, it will be tough. But of course, definitely you will get that job. You have to look for the job. Don't wait for jobs to look for you. Now, after getting your admissions offer, you have to go through the visa process, right? The visa for Iceland does not come from Iceland. It comes from the Norway embassy. But you have to apply through the university, through the Iceland immigration, all right, for them to inform the Norway embassy to give you a visa. This is taking place now in Abuja. But remember, you need health insurance, and you have to buy the health insurance. The policy for Schengen visa health insurance is like 30,000 euros, but this is not the same policy for immigrating to Iceland. You have to put this into consideration. After admissions, of course, you have to pay your tuition, because without payment of tuition, it is going to be very detrimental. Remember, if you, those documents I mentioned, your academic credentials, after legalizing them, after your school confirming that you actually studied and graduated, you need to put all those documents in an envelope, like your visa documents. Now those, your academic credentials, your medical insurance, and your admissions letter has to go into an envelope, and you mail them to Iceland. You have to use DHL because they have to go to Iceland for them to confirm. And your proof of funds, your bank statement, is very important. Sometimes the money in your account doesn't really matter. They don't really look at it that way, but it's always good to be able to back up in case they are like, where did you get the money from? So please, these are some of the things you have to put into consideration. If you are looking for opportunities to study for free in Europe, check Iceland, check Austria, and to an extent check Switzerland. The reason is because though they still need proof of funds, but the money would officially be your money. Tuition fee is very affordable. So this is something you need to put into consideration. Guys, if you need a one-on-one with me, please book from the video description box and we will talk on a call. However, those that are chasing other countries abroad, keep chasing. The dreams are valid. With more work, you would be successful. So do not give up as of this point. Till we meet again in another video. My name is Milton. If you are new here joining, please do not forget to like this video. Press the like button and share the video with one person so that they can understand there is something going on here. Today's video, I'm going to talk to you about this school in Switzerland that is going to be opening its doors for international students to apply very soon. And do not forget, I have a YouTube channel where I share all my information on travel abroad. So please, the name is Milton Fonkwa. Now, this school is going to open its doors to international students, and what is fascinating here is the tuition fee. The tuition fee you are going to be paying to this school is 500 Swiss franc, which is equivalent to 500 US dollars or euros, because the Swiss franc is not that different from these other currencies. And remember, if you are going to be studying in this school, you should understand that the language that they speak in this particular canton is French and English. And what is the name of the school? The name of the school is University of Applied Sciences and Arts of Western Switzerland. Please go to Google, type the name of this school, check all the programs and see if you have a program you can study independently in French or in English. Also understand that you are going to work part-time while studying in Switzerland. There are more videos and detailed videos I did on YouTube to explain this effect. So please, I will encourage you to check it out. Remember, the tuition is just 500 euros and you are good to go per semester. The only thing you need to prepare your mind on is the proof of funds, because for you to apply for a visa, you need at least 21,000 Swiss francs. This is not a joke, but this money is still your money. Remember, it has to be in the form of a blocked account. I did videos about this and they are still there on the YouTube. So please check this university. You might just be moving to Switzerland if you have this money to put in your account. While moving to Switzerland, remember, there are 4 languages in Switzerland. They speak Romansh, they speak German, they speak French, and they speak Italian. And I would encourage you to learn the language of any of these languages if you go to that particular canton. In Bern, in Zurich, and in Geneva, they do not speak the same language. So where you find yourself, make sure you study the language while you are studying your study program. I hope this helps you. Till we meet in another one. Bye.